Criswell here in the corner of the end zone at Manchester High School, where the Hail Mary was answered for the Lancers in a 26-20 win over LC Bird. Daniel Rose to Mason Costco on the final play, and the Lancers win and finish 10-0. What a finish.
It was a great finish. It wasn't an artistic ball game, but it was lots of twists and turns, a lot of drama, very physical game, fairly clean play. The penalties were, meshed out probably pretty even. I think it was like a 10-yard differential. I think Lancers had maybe 91 yards of penalty, Bird in the 80 range. It was a game that was extremely entertaining, and of course the drama at the end was actually almost something you couldn't even anticipate.
That last drive was very interesting. A good play by Manchester, then a couple of great plays by the Bird defense. You think overtime, then they give it to Pound Cake, who runs 20 yards, and that sets up that final play.
And that was just good thinking on Tom Hall's part, and because the book says, if there is a book, book says
wherever this book is,
wherever the book says it is, play for a tie at home and a win on the road. Go for overtime. Leave it in the hands of your offense. Leave it in the hands of your defense responding and the crowd. But they got within range, and as the throw indicated, if it had been 5 yards further back, we might be talking about it overtime.
Right. So it was great finish, and Manchester, what a great accomplishment for this team to go 10-0.
And it was really a great defensive effort. And we don't, the miscues and the turnovers by Rose, who played a fantastic game at quarterback, but the defense, 48 rushing attempts from Bird, under 3 yards per carry. That's an incredible thing, and it hasn't happened in a long time by anybody in the 804, and it was the key to Manchester's win.
So Manchester will be the number 2 seed in 5A South behind Highland Springs, who finished a 10-0 season tonight with a win over Verona.
Congratulations to them. They were able to end with a rivalry game, and I'm sure it bothered the coaching staff a little bit to have a dangerous opponent like Verona have their season riding on it, but it shows the maturity and the battle-tested nature of Highland Springs' schedule. And our teams at the top of 5A and the bottom of 5A, Meadowbrook at the bottom, Highland Springs at the top, I think they reap the benefits of really, really good schedules. Highland Springs, and they met against each other. Whether or not they're going to meet next week, I think it's still...
We're pretty sure it'll be Meadowbrook and Highland Springs. We're pretty sure it'll be Atlee and Bird, and we got to wait for the Henrico-Armstrong game to find out about the two middle matchups. But Manchester will be the 2 seed, and 10-0 Hermitage will be the 3 seed, undefeated, and you're seated third behind 2 other undefeated teams. Been a great year for Hermitage as well.
Absolutely, and they could have a very, very interesting matchup from the past if they meet up with Henrico, which is a neighboring school, but because of the district splits way back when, they stopped playing each other sometime in the 90s.
So that's the thumbnail sketch of 5A South. In 6A South, Thomasdale's going to be the 2 seed, 8-2 year for Kevin Tucker's bunch after an 0-2 start.
Again, tough schedule. Get righted the ship. The Central District, while maybe not a powerhouse, was stronger from top to bottom than it's been in a long time. Prince George is competitive. Colonial Heights is competitive. Petersburg, the Hopewell, the usual suspects. Dinwiddie down a little bit, but they're got a great seed in 4A. So that's a great accomplishment for Thomasdale, and they will, if they are healthy, they will be a tough out in 6A.
Cosby's in. James River gets in as well. In 4A, Monacan finishes the year on a strong note and is going to have a home game. Hanover will have a home game. Nobody wants the Hanover Hawks right now.
Not right now. And Cheatham is back healthy, and they've got some confidence because they've got some big district wins. And that's going to be, again, congratulating the Hawks. They seem to be taking the progression up after the transition from the coaching change. And congratulations to Coach Stout and his staff.
It's time for the second season, and we'll be there to bring it to you. Now, next Friday night, our game of the week, whichever one we decide to do, will be on 96.1 The Planet. Then the Scoreboard Show with Robert Fish on Fox Sports 910. Then in the second round of the playoffs, we'll be back in our normal home on Fox Sports 910. He's Gary Criswell. I'm Gary Hess.